Hi friends, welcome to another day of third grade reading. Today we are going to continue to talk about our story, Emma's Rug, and we are going to practice explaining the author's use of print and graphic features to achieve specific purposes. Wow, that's a lot of fancy words. We are going to worry about the explaining part. When we explain in reading, we are going to put our thoughts into words. And we're going to do that by looking at the graphic features in the book, which is just another word for illustrations. So we're going to be explaining or putting our thought into words about what we learned from the illustrations. And as you guys see in the picture, we have new thinking steps that are going to help us do that. But before we jump into our thinking steps, let's talk about our story. We are going to take a quick picture walk of the plot. We know the plot is the different events that happen in a story. Our first event is in the introduction, which you guys see here in this first picture. In the introduction, or in the beginning of the story, we learn the setting and the characters. The setting is Emma's kitchen table with her rug, and Emma is our character. So we have our character Emma, we have our setting at her kitchen table with her rug. And we know that she uses the rug to draw. She's really good at drawing and painting. But that brings us to the next event in our story, which is the conflict or the problem in the story. It becomes a conflict when Emma's mom washes her rug because then she's no longer able to get inspiration. When she was looking at the rug, it was dirty, and the dirty marks on the rug would give her inspiration for what to draw. So when her mom washes it, and all of that is gone, it becomes a conflict because Emma doesn't know how to draw without her rug. Then we get to the climax, or the big event in our story that changes everything. We see Emma is so upset about the conflict of losing her rug or washing her rug that she decides to throw it away. She's putting her rug in the trash can with all of her other art supplies. But at the end of the story, we have a resolution. Emma fixes the conflict by finding inspiration to draw again. She doesn't use her rug anymore, but she finds inspiration in the world around her to continue to draw. So that resolution is Emma finds new inspiration without her rug in the world around her. So these different pictures help us talk about the different events in the story. We have practiced annotating for GIST, and we know that when we are in third grade, we are going to use think marks to annotate. All of these different marks right here mean something over here. So when you get a chance to read, you will be using these think marks to tell us why the information that you annotated is important. Since these think marks have different meanings, they help us know what or why we're annotating. After we annotate and use those think marks, we're able to find the gist, or what the story is mostly about. After talking about the plot and the different events in the story, looking at this sentence right here in yellow, we know that the gist for Emma's rug is Emma is an artist who finds inspiration from a rug. When her mother washes the rug, it gets damaged, and she learns to find inspiration from the world around her. Our story was almost 30 pages long. It was a very long book, but it didn't take us 30 pages or a bunch of paragraphs to give the gist. This gist right here in these two sentences tells us what the whole story is about. So now that we have talked about our story and we remember all about Emma's rug, let's get ready to talk about our illustrations.